The woman began to undress, preparing to go to bed. But before she could finish, she suddenly froze, motionless. Her husband, already used to this, silently covered her with a blanket, let out a sigh, then turned off the light and lay down. It turned out that everyone in the town was under the control of the windmills on the mountain. When the windmills were turning, people lived normal lives, but as soon as they stopped, the whole town would fall into an eerie silence. Whenever the windmills sped up, the villagers would enter a nearly frantic work mode. In this state, a house that would normally take months to build could be completed overnight. Then, fate took a turn. At that moment, a blinding bolt of lightning struck the windmill, knocking off part of its mechanism. The fog in the man's eyes instantly cleared, and he suddenly regained his senses. A few days later, the weather cleared, and the windmill finally stopped. The villagers were finally able to rest peacefully, but the man was the only living being who could move. He was soon drawn to a girl frozen by the roadside. Without hesitation, he picked her up, holding her tightly. When the windmill started turning again, the girl woke up and fell in love with the man. They instantly fell for each other and became husband and wife. However, the shadow of the windmill still loomed over their happiness. The woman would often suddenly fall into work mode, even snatching his bowl while he was still eating. What was most frustrating was at night, when they were about to sleep and the windmill stopped. At that moment, the woman would stand by the bed, leaving the man to face the cold, empty bed alone. One morning, when the windmill froze everything, the man's anger reached its peak. He grabbed an axe and stormed out, heading straight for the windmill on the mountain. He had made up his mind to end this absurd control forever. Just as he was about to destroy the final support, the windmill strangely accelerated, and the villagers from below rushed up like a tide, overpowering him and dragging him to the cliff's edge, ready to push this troublemaker into the abyss. At the last second, the old windmill suddenly collapsed, rolling down the cliff and landing in the rushing stream, where, thanks to the force of the water, it began to spin at a constant speed. And so, everyone in the village returned to normal. The man eventually became the hero of the entire town. Finally, he was able to live with the woman he loved, enjoying a truly harmonious and synchronized life.